Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yes.
Like Brother Idris said, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alright, so sorry about the late start this morning, but we're going to go ahead and initiate the day and really keep it moving, inshallah. So today, we'll have two speakers here talking to us about the keys to professional success. So the first speaker, actually I think they'll come up together, but just to briefly introduce them. We have Dr. Adeyinka, Dr. Wasila Adeyinka. She was born in Nigeria and she now lives in Houston, Texas. She's a medical doctor by profession at Memorial Hermann Hospital in Houston, Texas. And I believe she's in family health.
Yes.
She is a prominent leader in the Houston Masjid al-Mu'mineen community. And she's actually the chairwoman of the Mu'mineen Foundation Incorporation, which is a philanthropic type of organization that's based in Houston right now. So that's Dr. Adeyinka. And then Brother Idris is, entrepreneur, Idris Bello. He is the program director of the Innovation Hub, which is a technology space and startup accelerator in Nigeria. He has an MBA from Rice University, which is in Houston, Texas, and he has a master's degree in global health from the University of Oxford, which is, in the UK. He is a self-described Afropreneur, which is, an entrepreneur with an African focus. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to them. These are both of my mentors. So I'll hand it to Brother Idris and Dr. Adeyinka. Let's all give them a warm takbir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
No texting except you're texting what you're hearing from us, okay? No tweeting except you're tweeting about what's going on, right? We want full focus, right? So alhamdulillah, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We glorify Him, we praise Him, and we ask for His choicest blessings upon Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We ask Allah to keep us firm on His path till Yawm al-Qiyamah. And we ask Him to be pleased with us and never to be displeased with us. It's great to be back here again. I was yesterday last year in Atlanta, and I enjoyed it so much that even before he called me, I said yes. So that I will just reduce his wahala and his noise. You all know what I'm talking about. I won't mention names. So alhamdulillah, and then when the opportunity even actually came to speak with one of my mentors too, Dr. Adeyinka, I was really excited to be here. And I hope if your friends are not here, you probably need to text them to get them, because they're going to be missing a lot if they're not here. So you need to text them, please too. Inshallah, the next 2.5 hours is going to be exciting. I can assure you won't fall asleep. Even if you try, you won't be able to. So inshallah. So we should have a lot of fun. Inshallah, we'll be doing this together, and later we'll run through the content and stuff like that. It's going to be interactive. We're going to have some exercises for you guys to do, and then we have different sections. At the end of each section, you can have questions, and at the end of the whole stuff, there will also be questions. Now, I'm assuming everyone has a pen with them and writing material. You need it. So if you don't have one, I think you want to get one now. Elias, can you ensure everybody has a pen and writing materials? So I know a lot of us we slept late last night. There was the taboo game, and there was the heads up and heads down and various games, and that's fine. So I think we need to wake up. So we're going to start with an exercise. We're going to have the brothers and the sisters separately do this. Okay. Next slide. Okay, so let's start with the sisters. Can you allow the colors to the left as fast as you can? Together, sisters. 1, 2, 3, go.
Green, red, black, yellow, green, blue, yellow, white,
wait. We're going to start again. I'm blocking you guys. Okay, that's why we did the wireless. Okay, so I'm going to 1, 2, 3, go.
Green, red, black, yellow, green, blue, yellow, white, red, blue, brown, red,
I think there's some color blindness. Guys, are we seeing the same colors?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to try again? But I don't know. Usually people accuse the men of not knowing colors.
Yeah.
So you know my dad and my mom. My dad will tell you he only knows the primary colors. When my mom will say there's turquoise blue and there's fuchsia and there's lime this one and there's choking blue and there's so I'm actually the sisters to know the colors more. So let's try again. 1, 2, 3, go.
Green, red, yellow, green, blue, yellow, red, blue.
Well, the only thing I think is just got right was the first green and the last blue. Everything else I think was one of them. Let's try the brothers. Brothers, you didn't know there was blue there, you see. Brothers, let's start. 1, 2, 3, go. Red. Okay, wait. Let's assume it's red. Okay, let's assume. All the guys, no. Let's assume these are basic colors. Forget all your line. Let's assume they're just green, red, black, yellow. Those kind of colors you're familiar with, okay? So, okay. But let's now start again. 1, 2, 3, go. Red. No, wait, who's that with red there? Okay, let's go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Green, red, black, yellow, green, blue, yellow, brown, red, blue.
Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar.
What is this brown? Where's brown at?
You see, when I was looking at the past man, because the third to the last. You got the third from the first black, then I don't call it brown. Are you different?
That one is different.
I just want
It's the same. Okay, but get a hand. Well, we all are weak, okay? Next slide. Sister this time. Okay? Now quickly, we listen. Quickly read aloud the colors of the following words. The colors, not the words themselves, but the colors in which the words are shown.
That's hard.
Start.
Red, blue, orange, purple, orange, blue, green, red, blue, purple, green, red, orange, blue, red. Wait. Let's make this easier. Who you volunteer on behalf of the sisters? You are sure of yourself. You want to represent the sisters to do this. You know your colors very well.
I'm good with it.
You good with it? Yeah, who's that?
Yeah.
Tell us your name and which location you're from.
I see you said Maryland.
Okay, I'll start. This is from Maryland. Go.
Okay.
Once you get it done, you want to do the colors. Okay?
Red, blue, yellow, purple, yellow, blue, green, red, green, purple. I mean, green, red, purple.
What else you can start? Who's going for the colors?
Everybody together. We're doing together.
No. So you can mess it up. What is that? Your name and your location?
Habib, New York.
Okay.
Red, blue, orange, purple, orange, blue, green, red, blue, purple, green, red.
He said blue for green.
It's like green, but it's
Okay. One more try from the sisters.
That's why.
I don't know who got
Who
it.
wants to go it one more time?
Do we have to read it fast?
No, you can do it slow.
Yeah, I can do it slow.
Yeah, that's fine.
Quickly, but you know.
Alright.
Okay. Wait, yeah.
Your name and your city.
Nimasa, Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
Okay, it's new left.
Then what's going to go like? Okay. Yep.
Red, blue, orange, purple, orange, blue, green, red. Green, red.
No. No.
Green, red, purple, blue, red, green, yellow. Red, green, yellow, purple. Yellow, blue, purple, green. Purple, green, yellow, red. Purple, red, blue, and green.
The green. Well, do you give up? No, she's sorry. What do you give up? Let me teach you a trick now. You know, sometimes when your wife is beating you or something, I'm not going to beat you. You don't even try. You say, you know what? I know. You want to go for it? Yes. You sure? Yes. You see, sister, you're my witness. I gave them a chance. Okay, who wants to go for the brothers? I'll try. Okay, no. Don't try. They will crucify you afterwards. Never city.
No try. So bismillah, man.
From Maryland. Red, blue, yellow, purple. Yellow, blue, green, red, green, red, purple, blue, blue, red, green, yellow, red, green, yellow, blue.
I won't say who won. You know, there was an election in Nigeria yesterday, and I like is still trying to collect the results. So I'm sure I like to collect the results. Okay, so alhamdulillah. Yeah, but the point I want to make is which one was tougher? Yeah, and you know why that is? It's because our brains have been wired a particular way from when we were young, and we were wired to see the world. And so because the issue the way that's wired us is for you to be able to function very well, you know, patterns form over time. Otherwise, each time you saw a new color, a new thing, you still have to go through the whole process of processing of getting it. But because that's wired us, easily can just say 6 times 6 and you know it's 36 because it's been programming is there. And that's great, but it has its downsides. And that's sometimes when people get stuck in their careers because they've been doing a particular thing a particular way, and then they find it difficult to change when they meet a new situation, new boss, new environment, new city, right? And because they have been stuck in the way they've been wired, then they start facing problems. And say, you know what, my career is not going well, you know, and a couple of other issues like that. And so today, as we talk about the keys to success in your professional success, the foundations of professional success, I want to have you to have this at the back of your mind. So that the fact that you have done something the same way or a particular way does not mean it's necessarily right for this situation. There are going to be situational adjustments that are needed. Right? With that said, I'll move on to the content. Next slide. Okay, so we have a little bit over 2 hours left, and we're going to be talking about what the problem is that we're trying to solve together here. We'll talk a little bit about how do you ensure consistency across your hire me image. I will go to interviewing skills and why you should not interview by Frank Donga. Everybody here knows Frank Donga. Okay. You probably know Frank Donga. Okay, fine, good. Not many people know him.
You find out.
Yeah, you find out exactly. Under this to impress your boss's boss, self-awareness and how do you get to the next level in your career or your profession, the art of connection, mentors, coaches, and the rest, and then some personal stories from some of our career experiences. So at this point, because this is about our career, this is about our profession, I think it's very important that you actually understand where we're coming from and to understand our own career path up to this point. And as you're going to find out, different people have different paths. There's not just one single path to your career. And you're going to make up your own path as you go along, but you have to do it deliberately. And so I'm going to hand over to Dr. Adeyinka to share with us our own career path, and I will do the same, and then we'll take it from there. So.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It gives me great pleasure to be here to speak with Idris Bello, and I recently changed his name to Prince. Last few months we're trying to plan YMDC, and we could never get to speak. It's always text or email. So this is the most I've seen him in almost a year. No, I take that back. We were together last Saturday. So a few months ago, he just emailed me, can I have your resume? I didn't ask, you know, I wasn't looking for a job, but I sent it, you know, and then before I know, I was getting calls. Where's Brother Elias? He was calling me, can you speak? And I wanted to bail out because I had a important family function this weekend. So, but today we're going to be looking at yourself and we'll talk about key to professional success. I did not go to school in this country. I went to the only university in Nigeria. Unilag.
That's right.
I said that because Idris is not in the room. So I went to medical school, and then I moved to the US because I got married, not because I was looking to I was looking to come to America. On coming to America, I did my residency in family medicine at the University of Texas. And after that, as a resident, as a third-year resident, so they opened up a new clinic in the third world in the Houston. Because of my minority background, I actually volunteered to go out there as a resident. All the other, the other people say, no, we'll stay here. So I went because I wanted to look at the minorities. That was the first thing that opened the door for me. As a third-year resident, going out there, I was the only supervising resident. So when I finished residency, I was thinking, so what am I going to do? I was looking for a job, and my program director called me and said, do you want to teach? I'm like, teach? No. I want to go out and make money. He was like, no, you can actually make money in teaching. So I said, I'm not sure what I want to do. So they offered me a position, and I said, no, I'm only going to do this for a year. Said, why don't you try? I was teaching for 1 year. I finished residency in 1993, and as you can tell, within a year, I became a site coordinator for the program, for the residency program. Within about a few years, I was made, I was chair of the curriculum committee to rewrite the committee, the program for the residency program. And then, while I was doing that, I started looking at things that I wanted to brand. What things can I put my name on? So for family medicine clinics, we never do primary care procedures. I know there's some doctors in the room. So I said, for her training, we need to have a procedure clinic in that minority area. So I started the procedure clinic where we did lumps and bumps, stress tests and things like that. So I branded that one. Then next, it was like, we need to look at, as American medicine was changing, we're trying to move out of the clinic setting. So my boss called me, can you look at a curriculum on home visit? Home visit? I don't know anything about that. I said, well, you know what, there's going to be a conference somewhere, can you go learn about it? So not only did I go to the conference, I came back, I did a curriculum, and then the following year, I got my first national presentation at the Society of Teachers of Family Medicine. I actually went back and presented at that national conference as a presenter myself. And then I came back, and there was a change in the department, and I was just doing my own business, doing my job. My boss called me, I want to talk to you. So when your boss calls you and says they want to talk to you, you're thinking, man, what does he want to talk to me about? Is it a pig slip? Did I piss somebody off? I said, okay. He said, no, I just want to talk to you. So he said, I want to talk to you about opportunities. I said, opportunities. So I went to read about opportunities. What questions am I going to ask? So I went to the interview, and then he said, I want to give you the opportunity to lead the department as medical director of the faculty practice. So that's where I've been. Not only have I been in that position, I've been able to take my clinic to so many places. As a medical director, I was able to streamline the operations, to look at our financial resources, to look at patient satisfaction. What else can I do for the clinic? We've moved our clinic, we've expanded twice. That clinic moved from a small location to a big location. I do work, and I have about 10 people as peers, and also people that report directly to me. Then medicine began to change. Physician, you have to prove yourself. So there's something called the NCQA accreditation. So I always like challenges. I'm like, let's try to get a designation so that we can get more patients. My boss said, are you sure you want to do this? I said, yes, I want to do this. And so I started the paperwork, we changed things, we rewrote our objectives for the practice. We had to improve access because things that they were looking for. And my clinic got the NCQA designation as a medical home for patient satisfaction. You can go Google that. Becoming the only clinic within the UT practice to actually have that designation. And as medicine evolved, we started getting into EHR. So it's always good to step up. So electronic health record, we're trying to get rid of paper. Difficult things for me. A lot of things that get put on your table. Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do this? Anytime I question my boss, who is my mentor, it's like the last word in your job description is, and whatever comes next. Like you did not read the fine lines. So that's how I stepped up to do the EHR template. Now today I've written all the template for family medicine, and that let me open another door for me as a physician champion for the EHR. In UT, I co-chair with an ENT surgeon who is a white guy. So we go to conferences. I'm supposed to be in Chicago next week, but because I'm here, I'm not going to be able to go to that. We've been improving our EHR, and I'm also now beginning to train people. So in all of this, I thank the Almighty Allah. But we're going to look at how do you succeed in your current career? How do you move up? How do you step up? What are some of the things that you don't want? How do you want to improve that? How do you get chosen? How can you prove yourself to say, yes, I can do this? We're going to look at that. So as females, I always tell people that 3 odds against you as a female in this country. You're African American, you're also Nigerian, and you're female. But you don't want that to actually deter you from growing. I do work a lot with a lot of men, and they're white males, not a lot of females. So we're going to look at some of those things. That's my story. But the thing that actually opened my very first door into getting into UT is actually the act of volunteering and giving back. And this is why I like to give back. When I came, we're going to talk about store shoppers, so I'm not going to let you take that story away. I'll tell you about that later. As I was reading for my exam, no money, young family, so we go to the library every day. I actually took a bus from Bello to the medical center. People see me now and they don't know that because my husband works at St. Joseph. So I have a choice. It's either I wake up at 6 to go with him or I take a bus to the library. That's what I did. As I was studying, I met this guy. Well, I was married, he wasn't. But at least my husband was able to buy me the books. So I will copy the books, he will copy the books, and that's how we studied. So we both were studying for exam. We had another colleague of ours who has been in this country before. I was actually working. He was in a class with this lady, Dr. K. Lewis, a mentor of mine, and he introduced me to, so he said, look, I know this person. So I passed the exam. Alhamdulillah, I passed the exam first time.
1 minute more.
So my colleagues, they haven't passed, but because this guy wasn't selfish, like, let me introduce you to somebody, maybe you can volunteer. So he called Dr. Luz, who was also going to class with him doing MPH, like I'm doing my master's in in public health right now. Hopefully I can get through and get that done. So it's like, people from Africa don't speak English. The guy was like, what? You don't know what you're talking about. I really want you to meet this lady. So I met Dr. Lewis, okay? Anything that is worth doing at all is worth doing well. So I was volunteering. I did not say that because I was volunteering, I would show up late for work. We all showed up late this morning for this lecture. When I wasn't going to be there, I'll let her know. I was pregnant, but I was volunteering. Before I knew what was going on, she allowed me to get into research. I was beginning to look at her data and beginning to analyze them. So, after I passed the exam, of course, I don't have a green card, right? So I couldn't find a job. As I